Hey guys, you know, I wanted to talk to you about a video I posted maybe a couple of weeks ago about digging my mother up from Canada, shipping her to Sudan, and yeah, bury her next to my dad, right? So my family doesn't have to come here, get a visa, and come here to visit her, And besides, she doesn't want to be buried here anyway. Because she came in a dream to my sister and she told my sister to move her from here. She said to my sister, she's like, "Oh, move me, take me out of here." That's what she said in a dream. So I know my mom doesn't want to be buried here. Even before she was killed, assassinated, you know, before he was assassinated by these people who are running the show in Canada, the the you know what, I'm gonna say the Council of 300 is not just the Crown to blame. The Council of 300, all of them. When they assassinated my mother, I found out also that, is it Espestine or Esventine or whatever the hell his name is? I can never pronounce his name. Maybe that's the good thing. Anyhow, he is all about genetics. He invests into genetics. These people on the Council of 300, they're all about genetics, genetic modification and stuff. So yeah, so that's why my mother is dead, because yeah, that's what it is. If she had a shitty DNA, she'd be still alive, you know. Because they wouldn't want her. Why would you want somebody's like the genetic is or genes are gene pool is the shittiest you can get, right? Right? You only want the best, the caviar of heaven. Okay, that's what happened. Anyhow, that's what happened, guys. That's why my mom, my aunt, and my father, all of them are dead. You know. My dad never wanted to be buried in Canada. I remember him. He's like, when he was going for my brother's wedding back in Sudan, and I said to him, "Dad, I had a dream about my dad dying." And I said to my dad not to go. And my dad, he goes, what was going to happen? I couldn't tell him that I saw him in a dream dying, because it's bad luck when you say something like that. That you see somebody in a dream and you're supposed to spit on the left side, and you're supposed to say something. My sister told me what it was. I have to ask her. And so the dream would not come true. Okay? So he goes to me, why? What is going to happen? You think he said to me, I'm gonna die or something like that. That's what he said to me. And I said to him, you might. I couldn't tell him. I saw him in a dream dying. And I said, yeah, it could happen. The medical system, medical system in in Sudan is not the best, because due to corruption. A country is oil producing, uranium and gold and all of that, and yet their health system is shitty because of the corruption. You know, all these billions of dollars are not being stolen by the government, taken out of the Sudan or whatnot. Anyhow, yeah, all governments are corrupt anyway. But anyhow, so I told him, that could happen because the medical system is not the best. I couldn't tell him. And anyhow, He said, "Oh yeah, if I were to die, that's what I want. At least I'm dying in my home country." That's what he said. He doesn't want to die in Canada. He didn't want to die here. He wanted to die in Sudan. He goes, "Oh, at least if I were to die, at least I would die in my home country." You know, you understand? So my mom, I believe my sister dreamed when she saw my mom in a dream, telling her to come and move her from Canada. Basically, I know she want to be next to my dad, so that's exactly what I'm gonna do. You know. Anyhow, why I'm talking about this? Okay, as I mentioned this like maybe 3 weeks ago, and the airport in Khartoum opened because they fixed it up and stuff. I posted the video today. Maybe 3-4 days later, guess what? They shot missiles. They shot a missile in or two missiles, whatever, at the airport. So they closed the airport. You understand? And this is Emirates apparently, shot these missiles. Because Emirates is United Arab Emirates is a terrorist country. People think it's like progressive country because they steal. They're robbing Sudan from the gold and oil and uranium and all of that stuff. They look at Sudan as the national reserve. National reserve of Emirates, they think is Sudan. Because they, what we have, they want. So they set in all these wars in Sudan in order to hoard, the resources. You understand? So I want to think it's not related. I want to think this is not related. For me to post a video on this, because that would be if the, all airport open, everybody back, people are moving back to Sudan and whatnot. So there is more stability. Then I would be able to move my mother. I would be able to move my mother back to Sudan. You understand? And that would happen, My sister, she told me Ethiopia it did that. I don't see Ethiopia doing that because Ethiopia has been allies with Sudan for a long time. I don't see him doing that, What they benefit from that, But Emirates have a lot to benefit. That's why the war broke, because United States, Israel, and United Kingdom, they're all playing this game. You think all these wars happens because they have no control over it? They showed you in the movie Ready or Not 2. They show you this guy sitting in his deathbed controlling the wars in the world, because he's like the leader of synagogue of Satan, of the Masons, and he calls from his deathbed ceasefire. You watch that movie, guys. They're telling you a lot of truth. From his deathbed to ceasefire, Anyhow, his own kids end up killing him. And apparently this is like kosher in their synagogue of Satan, whatever, Anyhow, that was going on, guys. So you think this is related? You think it's the missile being shot in Sudan airport, Khartoum airport, is related to the video I put up? Because I was gonna move her. I was gonna try, because I'm not gonna dig her up and put her in a fridge here while everything go back to normal, the airport open, everything, what I mean? It doesn't make sense. If there is stability, then I have time. I can just dig her up, put her in a fridge, and then put her in a box and send her back to Sudan, where she can be buried there. But the airport is not open. It's not gonna happen unless I send her to Egypt, and then from Egypt I have to take there, because there's no airport. Then you would have to take a bus or some sort of transportation to move her body. Go moving her body across the desert from Egypt, to Sudan. It could take a few days. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna put my mom through that. But if the airport opens, I can still move her there. Yeah. I don't know. I would like to think it's not related, but I think it's related because they know that's what I want to do. I posted a video about it. I said that what I want to do, move my mom there, and yeah, these minions, they, they close the airport. You know, yeah. How this game is like rigged. These people are, they mess with you all the time. They know how to mine you all the time. Trust me, I've been at this stupid game for a long time because they think they can break you. They can make you do what you don't want to do. Well, you know what? I won't be doing whatever you want me to do. Rest assured, that would never happen. Yeah. So, don't hold your breath because this is not going to happen. Even if your life depends on it. Yeah, you'll see.